Hey guys, it's Joel and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome back to another Driving with Joel podcast. I think this is episode 6. I can't really remember because it has been about 2 months since I filmed one of these. But I thought now would be a good time, given that fact, to have a little bit of an update and do another Driving with Joel. And yeah, just catch up with you guys really about what's happening on my side and just everything else really. So don't go anywhere, we've got a fair amount to talk about today, but I will try and, as always, keep it as brief as possible. But yeah, join me on this drive as we chat about various topics that are hot and just various things that are going on really. So don't go anywhere. Okay, so we're on the road now, and I want to kick off today to talk to you a little bit about why I've been vacant for 2 weeks. So normally on It's Joel I aim to put out a video a week. In recent times it's actually been slightly more frequent than that, which is great, but I think some of you gladly have been getting used to that, so wondering why I haven't been uploading. It has only been, it has been 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks, but the reason for that is because I did actually have a series of videos planned for the sort of, to go out over the past few days and last week and so on and so forth. I did have a series of videos planned, however, that was dependent on something else which I can't tell you about just yet. So in essence, the series of videos I had planned has now actually just become one video because of changing circumstances and circumstances that I didn't actually predict. So I don't know if any of you have an inkling. You probably don't. I've kept it very quiet on social media. Obviously nothing on YouTube, but yeah, nothing on Instagram or Twitter, where I'm also posting daily as well. But yeah, you will find out what I'm on about this weekend. This weekend, maybe on Monday actually, because I'll be putting the video live on Monday and filming and tying it all together on Sunday. So if you're lucky, you'll find that out on Monday. So stay tuned to the channel because there's some exciting news coming. So I didn't really elaborate on any more other than that's why I hadn't uploaded. But the other news is that it's actually quite an exciting video. Something I can't quite believe's happened. Now, you know what? I'm probably over talking. I haven't bought a new car. I haven't sold this. It is sort of related to that, but you'll have to wait and see. But it's very exciting. I'm super excited to share it with you. I'm super excited for what's happened as well. So yeah, I'll just shut up and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm on about next week. So that will be next week's video. Thereafter, there'll be another video at the weekend and so on and so forth. So that is why I've been absent, and that's also what you can expect coming in the next few days or so. I briefly just wanted to mention and chat about the last video I published, which was on the back of the 2019 BMW Z4 being leaked and pictures being leaked onto the internet. So I very quickly got home from work and made a video on that topic, and as if you've seen it, I literally just sat in my car and chatted about the car, showed you a few photos. Audi R8 V10 Plus, very, very nice. So yeah, I literally left work, went straight out, got the camera, found a place to film and sat and chatted about it, and lots and lots of people watched it, which was amazing. I think it's about, it's got like 9,000 views, which is great for a video for me to do very quickly. I think 5,000 of those views were in the first couple of days, so it was very, very good, performed very well indeed, which is brilliant because I wanted lots of people to see it. However, I was a little bit annoyed and not upset, but disappointed because it didn't really get the response I wanted, in the sense that it got a lot of dislikes. People seemed to hate on it and were calling me out for saying it's clickbaity, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Now I think that's a bit of a shame really, because in the title of the video I did specify that it was, the BMW Z4 photos have been leaked. And I don't think anyone reads descriptions, but in the description I explicitly say I haven't got my hands on the 2019 Z4, but in this video, you know, you can hear my opinion on it and I chat about it, which, you know, if anyone's watched the video, that's exactly what I do. So yeah, I was a little bit annoyed really that's the response it got, because I'd like people to watch my videos and think they're really good. You know, obviously I make them because I enjoy making them, but what I enjoy more is seeing you guys respond to them in a positive way. And I get that all the time, luckily, from you guys, because there's, you know, a load of you that are always messaging me frequently, giving me really good feedback, support, and leaving, you know, nice comments on my YouTube videos, as well as dropping me DMs on Instagram and wherever else. And that is incredible. But you know, I always want to reach other people as well. And when a video like that gets a bit of traction and goes off and gets a few extra views that you wouldn't normally get, it's a shame really when it doesn't get the response that you'd like. You know, a little while ago I did the video, this is why you should buy a BMW Z4. Now that is an example of a video that I filmed, and you know, it blew up pretty quick. It's got, like, you know, for me, relative for me, I think it's got 50,000 views now, but that's got tons of likes, tons and tons of positive comments. In fact, I don't think there's a single negative comment on there, and I certainly haven't seen one. So that is an example of where, you know, I've worked hard, I've put a video out there that I think is interesting and I'm happy with, and it's done really well. So, you know, it's down to me slightly. The video about the 2019 Z4 wasn't exactly cinematographic, is that a word? It wasn't particularly beautiful, just going under a tunnel, so it's going to get dark and loud. Yeah, it wasn't particularly well shot or beautiful, because, you know, I literally left work, shot a few shots, filmed for 20 minutes and chatted to the camera, went straight home, cut it down, straight on YouTube. So it was like the whole process was 3 to 4 hours. So it was never going to be something incredible. But you know, I still think that I presented a good video. It's a shame. It's a shame when you don't really get the response that you'd like. And what was more frustrating is when I got a few negative comments that were quite personal, saying, you know, it's a trash video, blah de blah de blah, clickbait, blah de blah de blah. Now, it doesn't bother me. People can say what they like, and actually, when people give those sorts of negative and useless comments, I don't give them the time of day. I won't even reply, whereas I'll reply to everyone else. So that's the way I deal with that. But yeah, just a shame really. I would have liked that video to get a better response, and for the perception not to be that I was just clickbaiting for views, because that certainly was not the intention. Okay, well, I've dribbled on for that for a little bit now. We'll move on to some other topics, and some topics that you guys have suggested. Now, I always really enjoy this because I love, of course, getting you guys engaged with the channel as much as possible. So on Instagram yesterday, I said that I was about to go and film a Driving with Joel episode, which here I am. So I got you guys to send in some topics you'd like me to talk about, or any questions that you have. Now, it's something I pretty much always do when I film a Driving with Joel episode, because yeah, I mean, it's a perfect example to get you guys engaged. So yeah, I've written down a few of your suggestions, got a load of them, which is amazing, so thank you. I've written down a few, and we're going to chat about a few of them right now. So then, let's kick off with, it was the first one that came in actually. It's from Nathan Plummer. I think I've shouted him out on this channel before. He is a subscriber of mine and a follower of me on Instagram. I think he's followed me for a while, so I really appreciate your follow, Nathan. And I appreciate you always getting involved and yeah, getting engaged with the channel. But yeah, you asked me about what my opinions and thoughts are on Audis. Now, obviously, that's a very, very, very broad topic. Not something I'd normally talk about on the channel. So yeah, I've jumped at the question and think it'd be a good thing to literally discuss a little bit. So, what are my thoughts on Audis? So, my thought number one, and thing you should know number one, is that I have never ever. Actually, I have driven one Audi, but it was an old A3. So my experience and opinion on Audis is pretty irrelevant, really. What I think is going to be based mostly on what they look like. So yeah, I mean, ignore me really, because it's pretty irrelevant what my thoughts on Audis are. However, I can speak for, yeah, I mean, like their designs and stuff like that. So I wrote a few things down, and what I put is a couple of cars that I really, really like that Audi have done. So number one is the S3 Saloon, which I think they're currently making. The one that Paul Wallace from Supercars of London took on the YouTuber hatchback tour with Mr. JWW and SeenThroughGlass. Well, it was meant to be a hatchback tour, but he took a saloon, so infamously that car was on there. I freaking love that car. I think it looks awesome. It's like a compact, like family car with, God knows, like 400 brake horsepower or something ridiculous. They sound awesome. The interiors are awesome. If I could get my hand on anything right now, it would probably be one of them. Let's face it, if someone offered me a Chiron, or a Bugatti Chiron or an Audi S3, I think I'd take the Bugatti. But yeah, no, I would absolutely love to experience one of those things. I never have. I've experienced, funnily enough, an A45 Golf R and a few other quick hatchbacks, but never the S3. So awesome car. I wrote that immediately down. That's what came to mind when Nathan asked me about what I think about Audis. I have been not eyeing up to buy, but I love the look of those S3 saloons. I think they're awesome. They are pretty pricey though. What's actually less expensive, and another Audi that I bloody well love and think is the bargain of the century, is the first generation R8. Now I won't go into this too much because I've spoken about it on the channel before. I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked for a while, but you can pick up a Gen 1 Audi R8 for like 35 grand. Maybe even a higher mileage one for 30 now, or high 20s. So one you probably wouldn't want to buy. They are kicking about within the 30 grand mark, which is bloody mental. It's a supercar. It was iconic when it came out. Actually, I think everyone loved the Audi R8 when it came out. I think people still love it now because they've been updating the design and they look awesome, and they're still a relatively affordable supercar. But yeah, I absolutely love the first gen Audi R8. It's caught my eye recently because of its price. I think it's a bargain. If you buy a first gen R8 at 30 grand, and drive it, put 10,000 miles on it in a year, I don't think you're gonna lose any money on it. Realistically, I think you'd be laughing. Obviously, you've got to service and tax it, and insure it, and all of that stuff. That's all boring. Who cares? I don't think you're going to lose any serious money on the resale. But yeah, I've had these things in the back of my mind for a while, and I keep seeing them on the road, and keep seeing them on the road. I keep seeing them on the road, and they just look fantastic, especially with that rear wing up. So yeah, do I like Audis? I do. As a whole, I like Audis. Like I said, I don't really know much about them. I've never owned one, and I've never really experienced them. Yeah, I think their interiors are pretty cool. I like the way they look for the most part. And yeah, I'd definitely have an Audi at some point. I've definitely got nothing against them. So yeah, thanks again, Nathan, for your suggestion on Instagram of what I should talk about. Should I talk about Audis, and do I like Audis? All of that stuff. There you go. Thank you for sending that in. Okay, so another topic which came in from one of you. I'm sorry I didn't get your name. It was about what equipment do I use. So very quickly, all of the equipment I use to film my videos, whether that's my computer, my editing software, my camera, my microphone, it's all listed below in some hyperlinked links. So it will say my gear and then camera link, microphone link, etc, etc. So it's all actually an Amazon affiliate link. So if you were to click on those links and then buy anything within that browser on Amazon, I would actually get a small percentage, a small commission on what you pay. So yeah, there's just a bit of information. That would be something that supports the channel, so that's why they're there. But anyway, all of the equipment I use is actually listed in the description, and you can have a look for yourself. But I will answer you now as well, because I think it's quite a cool topic. So, as well as cars and stuff, I love cameras, which is why I do all of this. My day job, for those of you that don't know, is in video production. So I work with cameras all day, and yeah, I'm happy to talk about what I use. So my main camera, which you're watching me on now, hello, is a Lumix GH4, or Panasonic Lumix GH4. Now it's really cool because you can film it in 4K, you can film slow motion, and it's a really rugged, compact camera which has a flippy screen. You can take pretty much anywhere, and yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say about it. It's brilliant. The only thing I don't like about it is its low light capability is pretty poor. So I did actually try and film this podcast yesterday evening, but I ran out of light. It was like dusk and it was too dark to film with that camera, so it's not very good in the dark. But yeah, bloody hell, it's brilliant. I think the quality is fantastic. You guys are always commenting in my YouTube videos saying the shots are really good, so you know, I owe that to the camera as much as anything else. I mean, I guess that's pretty much the answer to your question. To elaborate a little bit further, I use a mic on top. That's a Rode Mic Mini or Rode Mic Pro, I think, something like that. It's like 50 quid and it's brilliant. Does the job. And yeah, I've got a Joby tripod amongst a few other bits really. I mean, but the GH4 is the main thing that's driving this channel, and it is the one piece of equipment I've got. I do also have a drone, but I haven't had that out lately. I've got a DJI Phantom 4. I did used to make just drone only films before I started this car YouTube. So yeah, I've got that sitting somewhere at home as well. But yeah, that's the gist of the camera equipment that I use for this channel. And yeah, just talking about this channel, it brings me on to the next topic I wanna mention, which is probably going to be the title of this video. So you see what I've done there? I've left it right to the end in the hope that you will watch through. I do hope the sound quality is all right on these videos, by the way, guys, because I think, you know, it's not particularly interesting watching me for 20-30 minutes. It might be. I certainly don't find that interesting. So the idea is that you can also listen to these. I know there's a lot of background noise, so it might not be the best to listen to. I'd be better off filming this in my bedroom for that. But the idea is that you listen to these as well as watch them. So I hope the sound quality is all right. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about the channel's future. We've been growing a lot quickly, which is incredible. I'm so happy about it, and we're continuing to grow, which is just fantastic. I'm seeing lots of new faces on the back of different types of videos, which is brilliant and exactly the direction I want to go in, because obviously 90% of my YouTube channel at the moment is made up from Z4 videos, and that is absolutely fantastic because it means that I have got a core audience, you guys, that are mainly here for Z4 videos. So I know for a fact, if I put anything with Z4 in the title, you know, make a video about my Z4, it's going to get really good views, and that's great because I know that a lot of you guys are going to see it and hopefully benefit from it as well. So that is fantastic that my core audience are here for the BMW Z4, because it makes my life a lot easier in some instances. Excuse me for a moment, we're in the Hindhead Tunnel now, so we're going to have a little advertisement break for a little tunnel blast. So put your headphone users, turn it right down, put your fingers in your ears. Alright, you ready, guys? I'm not bored of that yet at all. That's fun. Right, back into quiet mode for the podcast. So yeah, I was talking about how this channel is mainly about the Z4, and that's brilliant, but I am very aware of, you know, I want this channel to keep growing, and I want as many people to watch my videos as possible, because, you know, when you make something, that the more people that see it, the more worthwhile it almost feels. So, and not to mention, of course, I want to be able to carry on doing this for as long as possible. So I am very aware of the fact that my audience is mainly Z4 based, and, you know, it does to an extent limit the people that are going to watch my videos if it's all about Z4s. Same goes for the content I put on Instagram and Twitter as well. But yeah, essentially, guys, where I'm going with this is that I want to mix up the content on the It's Joel channel as much as I can. So by no means does it mean I'm going to stop making Z4 videos. What it does mean is that I need to fill, you know, I'm trying to make a video every week. However, I honestly let's be honest, there's only so many videos I can film with the Z4. Let's face it, like, I've filmed I think close to 50 videos now with this car, talking about various different topics, and that's fantastic, but there's only so many other things I can talk about. Obviously, all of you guys are always on my case about getting mods done, and that is something I very, very much want to do as much as I can, but bear in mind that costs me money, and I don't have an unlimited amount of it. This channel certainly doesn't pay me enough to start splashing out on various mods and stuff, but obviously that is something I would love to do, and that would be video content, and really good video content for this channel. About to get T-boned here. Oops. Yeah, however, that's not always possible, so I do run out of ideas sometimes of things that I can do with the Z4, and therefore I'm always looking for other things that I can do. And I've had an idea which I think would be really cool, because it would be a good way to get you guys involved and to also get some other cars on the YouTube channel, because again, my audience is limited at the moment to Z4 BMW enthusiasts for the most part, whereas if I start filming videos with different cars, hopefully that'll bring in people that are interested in, brands that aren't BMW, for example. So I've had an idea. I think I mentioned it on Instagram a little while ago, but I never really followed it through. But what I'd like to do is a video concept I've had, and you've seen it here first, by the way. If anyone steals this idea, I know where you live. I want to do something on the lines of swapping cars with a subscriber. Now, it's fairly self-explanatory. The idea would be, you and I, you've got a car which you'd be happy for me to drive and experience, and you'd be happy to drive and experience this very car. And that's something I'd be totally prepared to do within legalities, of course. It's something that would make a fantastic YouTube video, because it is a completely limitless idea. There's an unlimited potentially amount of you that have got cars, and there's an unlimited amount of cars out there to drive. So I think it's a fantastic idea. I wonder if you guys think it's a fantastic idea, and of course if you do, and you have a car that you'd be prepared to let me drive for an afternoon, do get in touch. There is an email for this channel, which is itsjoelwork@gmail.com. That's where I respond to anything business related for this channel. But if it's a lot easier for you guys, just drop me a DM on Instagram. I'm always on that and responding to you guys. So I would be super, super interested in and honoured if any of you thought that was a good idea and would like to get involved somehow. That would be amazing. So yeah, get in touch if that is you. But that is really the only thing I've spoken about. That's the one idea I've got, which is shouting out at me. But yeah, there's lots of other cars and stuff I'd like to drive at some point. So not always possible, but that's the way I'd like to go, I guess, in the future with this channel, is driving other cars, featuring other cars, and doing lots of other challenges. I really want to do like a bargain car challenge, and just buy something really cheap that anyone can have as their first car and mod it up big time for a budget. That's like the dream video I'd love to do. But yeah, all of these things logistically and financially aren't possible at the moment, of course, but the more that you guys continue to support me on the channel, the more that will become possible, and I really, really appreciate that. So that is pretty much the gist of what I wanted to talk about on this episode. Of course, if you've got any other ideas or suggestions that you'd like me to do on this channel, I'm always open. And yeah, I as always, I think at the end of these podcasts, I always feel like I've robbled on for too long, but you guys do seem to enjoy it, and that's incredible. I'm just going to turn this lighting down once more. It's a nightmare filming these, actually, because the lighting is always changing, so you can never get this right, but I hope it looks okay to you. I hope you guys enjoy these. I know that there's some of you that do, and you know what, even if there is just 3 of you that find this interesting, watch it all the way to the end, that is brilliant. Makes it all worthwhile for me, and I really enjoy just making them and driving my Z4 around. It's brilliant. So I hope you enjoy these podcasts. I'm sorry that this one has been like the only video I've done in 2 weeks. It does seem like it's a bit of a filler video, and I'm sorry about that, but like I said at the start, I did have planned, I've got a schedule and everything now, it's very professional. I did have planned like 2 videos which would have already gone out at this point, but because of the circumstances that you're not allowed to know about just yet, I haven't been able to do that. So look out for that video that's coming out next week. It's going to be a proper video. You're going to bloody well enjoy it as much as I am. But yeah, I'd like to take this channel forward as much as I can. Thank you to the guys that got in touch with questions, suggestions and topic ideas for this podcast. I really appreciate that. There was obviously, I talked about 2 of them and there was like 20 or 30 suggestions. So thank you to everyone else who whose idea I didn't talk about. And yeah, let's just keep the positivity up. Obviously I talked a little bit about the 2019 Z4 thing being quite negative, and it's a shame really, but most of you are positive, and let's just keep that going. I really appreciate all of your feedback and your support. And yeah, that's really it, isn't it? So thank you guys for watching. Don't go anywhere. Stay subscribed. If you're not subscribed, obviously make sure you're subscribed. There's big things planned. And yeah, Instagram, Twitter. I'm now on Twitter, so go and follow me on Twitter as well. It's all itsjoelw, at itsjoelw. I'll leave the links in the description. You can find them there if they're not on the screen as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I will speak to you and I will see you on the channel very soon.